Ooh. Ah. Oh.
Hi, I'm Jane. I'm from GeekMyGames, and today I'm going to be talking about The Spirit of Christmas from Humble Bard Games. It plays 1 to 6 players, and it's a co-op, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play and showing you a quick run-through of a solo game so you get an idea of how to play it. Let me read the flavor text on the back. You work together as the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, taking Scrooge on a wild nighttime journey. Reveal haunting scenes from his life to help him see the error of his ways before his time is up. And Charles Dickens is one of my favorite authors. I love The Christmas Carol, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So let's get started. Marley was dead as a doornail. All right, so solo play for Spirits of Christmas. Now the setup is very similar to the original game with just a few changes, and I will go over those. So the first thing that you might notice is that we have this rondel right in the middle. There are 2 sides, one with this little indicator on the bottom right and one without it, and the one that's with it is what we use for solo play. Then you find the little torch and you just put it off to the side like so. Then you have the scene cards, one for Christmas past, present, and future, and you just leave those right here. You have a final scoring card that you can use at the very end if you want, or you can use the rule book. It's up to you. You are still supposed to be reading the card that says Marley's Ghost, which basically says that you can take a gift card if you like. So now we take the spirit cards, and this is what the back looks like here. It's like a little bell ringing, right? And you're gonna mix them up, and you're gonna deal yourself 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your hand limit is 5 for the solo play, unlike the regular play, which is 7 cards per person. Then in this game, for the solo mode, you have this little board, which is not used in the original game. And you're going to deal 5 cards to this board as well. It's another way to get cards throughout the game. And you'll just keep the cards over here and leave room for a discard pile off to the side. You're supposed to take 15 coins to start off with. That's what you're going to be using, just like in the original game. And the other ones will be off to the side here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the first set of scene cards. So the first chapter is going to be the Ghost of Christmas Past. So I'm going to take these cards, and I'll put those off to the side. We'll use those later, the other ones. And you're going to mix these up. And you're going to put them, I'm going to move the rondel down just a little bit. And what you're going to do is you're going to put them directly below, in a line, the bedroom where Uncle Scrooge is going to start. So now you have a line of 8, and this is where Scrooge starts, in the bedroom. And you have your rondel here. You take the Ghost of Christmas Past, and that's what's going to be used for the rondel. So you just put that right there next to it. And now you are ready to play. So just like the cooperative play, you are trying to get rid of all the scene cards in each of the chapters to win the game. But then you're also going to get a point score, which is going to tell you what your title is at the end of the game. If you look in the book for the solitaire variant, it has all the listing here of the different titles that you can get. Goes from miserly, which is a really bad score, up to merry, content, compassionate, charitable, spirited. And if you get 25 or more points, that's Father Christmas is going to be your title, which is what we're going to try and go for, okay? So you're going to look at your cards here and notice that we have compassion, charity, and contentment. Those are the 3 things that we're going to try and instill in Scrooge to get him to realize the error of his ways. So we're going to use these cards just like so, and we're going to be off and running. So what I'm trying to do is move Scrooge around here, and I do that by making a choice on the rondel. And notice we have 4 choices: move, draw 3 cards, play cards, or the give or trade. Now it says give or trade, and you're allowed to do the give action if you're playing another variant. There are several variants for this game, but in the solo play, you are only allowed to use the trade. So we're just going to ignore that word there that says give. And we're going to put it down here. On the first turn, you can choose to put your marker anywhere on the rondel. So I think I'm going to start with a move. Every time you make a move, and especially the first turn when you're just placing on the board, you only have to pay 1 coin to do that. So I will pay 1 coin. We're now down to 14 already. Now those coins are very precious. We don't want to waste them because as soon as they run out, that chapter will be over and we'll have to move on to the next one. So I'm going to start here and I'm on the move, and I have to take one of my cards, discard it to the discard pile, and move him to one of these cards. And I'll show you how to do that. Let me decide first how I'm going to do this. I think I will go ahead and just, let's see, I could go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to go, I'm going to use a 3, a charity card, put it in the discard pile over here, and move him 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, when he's in the bedroom, he can go either here or here, either of the cards that's touching it. But after that, he is not allowed to go back in that bedroom until the next chapter. Also, when you're moving, you're only allowed to move in one direction. You're never allowed to backtrack at all. And the 2 ends do not wrap around. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to land on Isabel. Now, this is a scene card, and we have different items here that we can put on the bottom, but we can't do that unless we're at the play cards. But I want to try to get a few more of those items to complete that before I go to the play cards. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move my spirit token on my rondel to this option right here. Now, just like in the regular game, you're allowed to move 1 space to the left or right on the rondel, and each time you move, you have to pay a coin. But in the solo mode, you're allowed to move 2 times if you want, but instead of paying extra coins like in the regular mode, you're going to pay 1 coin and an extra card. You're also allowed to stay on the same spot and do the same thing, 1 coin and pay an extra card. And that's the difference between the regular and the solo. But we're going to go ahead and go to this space so we can do a trade. Now, when you trade in the solo mode, you take 1 card you don't want, and I think I'm going to take this one and discard it. And I can take 2 from the board up here. And we're trying to get all of those wreaths here, the contentment wreaths. So I'm going to take these 2. I'm allowed to trade 1 for 2 cards, any 2 cards on that board. So these are the cards that I have in my hand. And now I have 3. And as soon as you take cards off of that, you immediately replenish, like so. So you've got more cards to choose from in the future. And that's how you trade. Now for my next turn, I'm going to go ahead and go to play cards. And now I'm allowed to play cards. Now, if you don't have all the cards, it's fine. You can just play a little bit at a time, go up and down and play different cards. But I try to get them all because that way you complete the cards a little bit faster, thereby not using as many coins as you need to. By the way, I just did 2 extra moves on the rondel, and I forgot to pay my coins. Don't want to cheat, so I'm paying my 2 coins for that. Anyway, I am on play cards, and you can take cards from your hand and put them beneath the action that you are doing, or the card that you're trying to complete, the scene. And I have all the things required to complete the scene, so I'll take those, discard them, and now this gets turned over because we have completed it. You can go back to that card if you want, but it doesn't do anything for you anymore. All right, so now I'm low on cards. You can't have more than 5, but I have 2. So I'm going to go to the draw cards action and draw 3 cards from the deck. Now, if you ever run out of the deck, either by replenishing this board up here or by drawing cards, you are not allowed to reshuffle and make the deck again. That would be the end of the round. You just can't take any more cards, or you can keep on taking turns as long as you have cards, but obviously eventually you're going to run out of cards. And that's another way that the round or the chapter ends. So let's see. We've got We've got 2 contentments, 2 compassions, and a charity. So what should we go to first? Well, we got to use the card to move. I have 2 here, so I could complete this and stop here on the way. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do a move. I'm going to pay a coin, and I'm going to use one of my hearts. It has a 2 on it. Whatever the number is at the top is how far you move. And I will be going here. Now this is called a coin card, and on a coin card, if you land on it, you get whatever's on it. So this says I would get 1 coin, so I could take 1 coin from my discard pile and put it back in my regular pile, and I get to draw a spirit card. So we're back up to 5. As soon as you use this, you turn it over, and you'll get points for that as well. So I'm gonna do that, and then I want to go here. However, I just realized I don't have a 1 to go there. So I need to use one of my 1s to move there. So I guess, well, I did what was on it because it was a coin card. Because I moved, but I want to move again. Maybe I should do a trade, but then I would have to discard down to 5. I don't want to do that. But if I stay here, then I'm going to have to pay an extra card, and I don't necessarily want to do that either. But I think that's all I can do because I don't want to necessarily trade right now, because then I'm going to have to discard down, and I really need to keep that pile as long as I possibly can. So I'm going to stay on the move right here on this move action, and I pay a coin and I have to pay a card. Don't want to use, I have 2 hearts that I think I'll discard one of those. So now I get to do the actual action, which is a move. I am going to use this to move because it has a 1 on it, and it gets me on Lonely Childhood. And then I would like to try and get all the cards before I get to play cards. So I'm going to go to trade again, and I'm going to turn in this compassion card to take 2 cards from up here. And I definitely want this because this will help me complete the card on my next turn. However, what do I want my other one to be? I don't have any 1s to go to the Torch of Plenty, which really helps. However, if I do 3 and I complete this one over here, I could end the round already and still have coins left over and get quite a bit of points. By the way, did I do a coin for this? I don't know if I did or not. I'm going to take a coin. I keep forgetting to do that. So I think I will take another charity because it's worth 3. Now these immediately get replenished for my trade. And now I'm going to go back to move, pay a coin to do that, and I will pay a 3 to go 1. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't want to do that. I didn't complete this card yet. You're an idiot. So we'll just rewind that. What I'm gonna do instead is I want to play cards. So I'm going to move this here, pay a coin to play cards, and then I'm going to take all 3 of these cards and play them to this card right here, and that completes that scene, so we can now turn it over. All right, that works. I do not have enough cards to move and then discard at the same time. So I think what we're going to do is draw 3 cards. We'll move there, pay a coin, and then I will draw 3 cards to get some more cards back up into my hand. And there we go. I think, let's see. I think I'm going to do a move then and pay a coin to do that, and pay this 3 and go 1, 2, 3. So I'm on the last scene card here. You have the scene cards you have the coin cards, and you have the Torch of Plenty. So as soon as you finish those scene cards, that chapter is over. Or if you run out of cards or you can't make any more moves, and then you basically lose. But I'm trying to get all the scene cards done from all 3 chapters for all 3 ghosts. So I will go there. And now that I'm there, I need to pay these cards, which is exactly what I need. So I don't want to use those. So I think what I'm going to do is go here and draw 3 cards. So I have some disposable income, like so. So I have 3 cards here. Well, I don't know. Is that a waste of coin? No, because I have to pay a card anyway. So I would have had to do a trade or a cards. Yeah, that makes the most sense. But I now have more than 5, so I would have to discard down. So I'm going to get rid of one of those. So now I still have 5. All right, then I'm going to go to play cards, which cost me a coin. And I'm going to play the 2 wreaths and a heart, 2 contentment and a compassion, which now completes this card, so we can turn it over, and it ends the round. Now, I would have liked to have tried to get some of these other ones anyway, but I had to try and get those first because those were most important, and those just give me kind of like extra stuff. So we did not do all of those. However, I did complete the scene, so we're on a good start, I think. On a good start. So that's the end of the chapter. So now we have to do end of chapter things. Okay. And the first thing you do is once the chapter ends, you're going to take point cards for everything that you completed. So there is a deck over here that I'm going to show you. It's 1 point and 2 points in here. And basically it's just the little hats. You also have a little cheat sheet card here too. And in the solo game, we do not use the chains. Those are in the box. So we don't get points for using any or having any of those chains. But everything else still applies. So we are going to, for each coin card that we visited, we are going to gain a hat. So let's pick up these ones that we visited. These are the ones that we visited. And out of those, there is 1 coin card. So I'm going to put that there. And so I get 1 point for that. And I'm going to keep a little pile here off to the side of my points. And then each coin that we still have remaining, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 5 points for that. I did pretty well there. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and take 5 points for that. And then it says I can gain 3 hats for having the Torch of Plenty on here. Now, I didn't do the Torch of Plenty, but it's the same as in the base game. If I were to land here, all you do is take this torch and you put it on the board. And what does the board do? It gives you a bonus action on any of your turns, and you can move this guy, take an action. Actually, you don't move him. You just stay where you are, but you take any action on the board for free, and you don't have to pay for it. And then you take it back off the board. That's all that the Torch of Plenty does. But if you get it onto the board and don't use it, you get to gain 3 points for that, which is actually pretty lucrative. But I didn't get a chance to do that. I opted to get rid of the scenes instead. So all of the scene cards that I got get to be discarded. And we're going to get rid of the Ghost of Christmas Past. So that's how the points work. So I've got some points now, and we're well on the way to winning the game, which is what you do when you get all the scenes from all the chapters. And again, there's 3 chapters. So we're going to take this and put it out of the game. And we're going to take all the spirit cards, and we're going to take the ones out of our hand. We're going to put them into the deck. We're going to mix up the deck, and this is how we start over. We mix them up. We put some more on this board, like so. Then we're going to put 5 in our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our hand. Okay. Then we're going to get 15 coins back up. I have 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Scrooge goes in the bedroom. And now we're going to take the Ghost of Christmas Present, which is the 2nd chapter. So we have a new spirit token, which is the Ghost of Christmas Present, which is cool. And if you didn't already, you can mix these up, mix them up. And do the same thing. You're going to lay them out in 8 cards. making sure that the two middle ones touch Scrooge's bedroom so he can go into the rooms, the different places that he needs to, the different scenes. And we're going to use this one for the rondelle now, this little marker. And now we're going to start chapter 2. All right, so now we're on chapter 2. Let's see if we can end this go a little faster for this chapter. All right, where do I want to go first? These are my cards. I don't have any ones. I've got all 2s and 3s. So maybe it makes sense to start all the way at the right and then move to the left, or let's see, 1, 2, I could go there, 1, 2, 3. I do have 2 hearts. I could use a 3 and then, oh, I have the stuff to do this one. I think I'll do this one to start off with. So I'm going to place it on the move. I still have to pay a coin for that, but for the first action on every single chapter or every single round, you're allowed to do the first one anywhere on the board. So I'm going to do move. I'm going to play the charity, which has a 3 on it, to move 3. 1, 2, 3. Then I need this and this to finish it, like so. I think I'm going to do a trade like this, and I'm going to go trade this one up here. Oh, I have to pay a coin to do that. And take these 2 hearts. I'm planning to go to Tiny Tim over here. Maybe make it over there if I can. Okay, then I'm going to go to play cards. I pay a coin to do that. And I will play, since I'm on this, I have to be on it to play it. I'm paying 2 hearts and a charity, 2 compassion and a charity to complete this card and to turn it over like so. Let's see. Now, I think I'll just go ahead and draw 3 cards, pay a coin to do that. 1, 2, 3. Need cards to move, huh? I'm going to put these point deck off to the side. So I will have these here. Let's see, what am I going to do? Maybe I'll try to get a coin this time. I do need those 3 hearts. I would have liked to have tried to go to that Torch of Plenty. I could try to go after that, maybe? Yeah, I think I'm going to go move and pay a coin to do that. Pay the charity to move 3 spots, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I'm on Tiny Tim. And do I want to give or trade? I do not. Oh, I didn't replenish this board up here. I need to see what's all up there. I guess I could do a trade because I'm going to have to give a card away anyway. I think that way I get 2 cards. I'm not sure. I really want that torch because it comes in handy even if I don't get the points for it. I think I'm going to try to get the torch this time. So I want a 1 so I could go that way to move, but I have to pay a card to do that. And I don't want to do that because I want all 3 of these. So what I could do is I could do a give or trade for a coin. Well, I'm paying a card too. Maybe instead of 1 less coin, we're going to skip a spot and go here. Now, when you do that again in the solo mode, you pay 1 coin and you have to pay a card. So I'm going to pay, I'm going to take a chance. Let's see what, instead of, I'm a safety girl. I do not like taking chances. Usually I would rather use this board up here instead of just going for cards later on, but I think I'm going to take a chance this time and see how it all goes. Maybe it'll work out if I get that Torch of Plenty and can use it anyway. So I have to pay a card because I skipped a spot on the rondelle, and I'll pay that one. So now I'm on play cards, and I'm on Tiny Tim, which requires 3 hearts. I'm gonna play the 3 hearts and put them in the discard pile. Now, if you only had a couple of those and wanted to play, you could. All you do is take those cards and put them underneath, and you can come back to it if you want, or take another couple of turns and play again to complete it. But I always try to complete it all at the same time if I can, because it's faster and you don't waste as many coins. So I'm going to put all 3 of those there and turn over Tiny Tim. I have to draw some cards. So I'm going to draw cards, pay a coin to do so. I'm going to draw 3 cards, and hopefully we'll get a 1. Yay, I got a 1. So I'm going to go to move, pay a coin to go there, And I can now take this torch and put it on here. And this gets flipped over because you can only do it once, like so. And I can now use that as a bonus action. However, if I don't use it and I leave it on there, I would get 3 points for that by the end of the game, which maybe I'll try and do. I'm not sure. It depends on how many coins it would take to finish, opposed to how many points, because coins are also points. So you kind of got to figure that out. So I'm going to do that move, and I think I took a coin. I did not take a coin. Okay, I'm going to put a coin there, and I'm going to discard this to, oh wait, I already did the move. So I discarded that to do the move. Okay. So what am I going to do next? I'm going to go to trade. I'm going to pay a coin to do that. And I'm going to trade one of these to get 2 cards up here, and I need to go 2 to get here. I could take some more time and get another coin, but you have to take a coin to move there, so I don't know if it's really worth it. I like the 1 coin card that has 2 coins on it. That, at least to me, is a little bit more worth it. However, you do get cards when you go there, so if you have to stop on them, maybe it's worth it. Or if you need cards and you're running low and don't want to take an extra action, that makes sense. But I don't think I want to do that. So I'm going to do that trade, and I'm going to take this and a charity, I think. Those are the 2 I'm going to take. Then these spirit cards get replenished like so. So that's my trade. Then I'm going to go back to move. That cost me a coin. And I have to pay a card to move, even though I need it. So I'm going to use the 2 and go 1, 2. I am now on Nephew Fred. A Merry Christmas to the old man, whatever he is. Whatever he is. To Uncle Scrooge. I love the little quotes from the book on here. Love it. It's so much fun to read that flavor text. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I want to play cards, but I don't have all the cards to play. So we could skip there and just play 1, but why not just draw 3 cards? So I'm going to go here, pay a coin. Hopefully I'll get the cards that I need. I need a heart. And I got a heart. Woohoo! So now I can go to play cards, and we have now completed chapter 2 because I have done all of the shadow scene cards. Now, they're all technically called scene cards, just to let you know, but the shadow scene ones are the ones that you're supposed to complete to end the round, and they are a little bit different than the other ones. You'll notice that, let's see if I can do it here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is a little bit of a shadow around the bow at the top. So this one doesn't have one because it's the Torch of Plenty. This one does have one because it's one of the shadow scenes. So it's kind of hard to see, but I mean, you know the difference because they have the items at the bottom that you have to do. So I don't really need to look at the bows at the top, but not that big of a deal. So now we're going to take points. Let's see. For each coin card I visited, and I did not visit a coin card, so I don't get any points for that. And each coin remaining, I only have 2. So I would get, let's see, 1, 2 points for that. And if I still have the torch on here, which I do, I gain 3 points for that. So maybe not as many points as I had before. Let's take those 3 points. However, we're still doing pretty good, I think. We're getting a good amount of points. And we're playing the normal mode. There's, 6 different modes. There's like really easy, normal, hard, really hard, and Scrooge like edition, like really hard. So now we're going to take all of these scene cards and put them away along with our little guy there. And then we're going to take all the spirit cards, and those go away. Put them here, like so. And put Scrooge back in his bedroom. Then we're going to mix those scene spirit cards, like this. And we'll put them back on the board. 3, 4, 5 cards to me. Then we're going to take this last deck of cards, which is the Ghost of Christmas Future. And the little token that goes with it, we'll put that next to the board and mix these up if they aren't already, and lay out 8 on the board. I think we're going to be able to do it pretty well here. Then we have to make sure we get our coins. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And you have to take the torch off of the rondelle. Now, like I said, there are 6 different versions of the game, and we are playing the normal mode, which is like somewhere in the middle. And it says to play by the normal regular rules, which means that you have to take that off. If you're playing like one of the easier versions, it leaves it on the board. It's another way to help you out, to make it a little easier for you. But for this version that I am playing, we are not going to do that. So now we are all ready for our final scene, which is scene 3, the Ghost of Christmas Future. So let's see if we can win this game. Let's look to see what we got. We have these 3 cards here. All right, so our Torch of Plenty is all the way over there. It's kind of far. This one's kind of far to get all the way over there, and there's no 4s. So maybe we'll go here first. And I have some of the stuff here to do this one, so I might be able to complete it. So I'm going to move 2. I'm going to pay a heart like this. I'm going to put our guy on the move, pay a coin to go to that spot, and I'm going to move Scrooge 2. 1, 2. We are now on thank you very much. It appears our debts will be forgiven. What with him gone? We may sleep tonight with light hearts. Flavor text, gotta love it. So now we want to pay those, and I have all the things to pay them. However, it's 2 spaces away. Do I want to skip that and pay a card? Yeah, why not? Let's go to play cards. That cost me 1 coin and a card, and I'm paying this card to do that, to skip a spot on the rondelle. And I'm going to go ahead and play all these cards. So we are on a roll. We are already completing our shadow scene card. But I don't have any cards, so I'm going to go here, pay a coin, and draw some cards. And I draw 3 cards. Oh my gosh, it's exactly what I need to go here. But I need to be able to move. I need some cards to move. Oh, and I have to play cards to move. Well, I could... Oh, I don't want to do any of those. I could skip one and do a trade and get the same card back. That makes the most sense to me. So I'm going to jump all the way over here to do the trade, which means I have to pay a coin and a card for my hand. So I'm going to pay that. So I'm paying that to do that. Oh, and then I have to pay another one to trade. Oh, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, I still have to move, don't I? Oh, tricky, tricky. Well, I did that, and then I have to pay another one to do the trade. So I'll pay that. I wonder if I've done that correctly throughout this game. You're going to have to let me know below if I did that. Sometimes when I'm like going faster through it, I forget to do some of the things. I'm really bad about that, which is, you know, like, I guess I'm cheating. So, but you get the basic gist of the game, and that's what I was trying to get across, and I'm still having fun. So I'm putting that for my trade, and I'm going to take 2. I don't have enough to finish that one, but I could take this, and I know that those contentments are still there for me, so I'm going to leave those, but I'm going to take the 2 so I can use it for a move, so I can actually get to the Day of Judgment. So that's my trade. I'm going to put those back here. Oh, lots of contentment. We are very content in this game. All right, so I will now do the move. I pay a coin to do that, and I will pay the 2 to move there. 1, 2. I'm now on the Day of Judgment. Following the ghost's finger, Scrooge read upon the neglected grave his own name, Ebenezer Scrooge. I like the artwork too. I just love this theme. It's just so much fun. I'm a big Christmas fan too. Let's see. All right, so now that we're there, we want to be able to pay for that, but I only have 2 out of the 3 things. And I don't want to trade one of those because there's no charity up there. So I think I'm going to do draw cards and hope for the best. So I'm going to pay a coin and I'm going to draw 3 cards. And I got a wreath, which is what I was hoping for. So now we're going to go to play cards. I pay a coin to do that. And I'm going to play 2 charity and 1 contentment. 2 bags of coins and 1 wreath to complete that card, and we can now turn it over. We are on our way. So now we just have to get this one and this one. I think we're gonna go back to drawing 3 cards. I'm gonna pay a coin to do that. 1, 2, 3. So I now have 3 cards. All right, so now I gotta figure out what I wanna do. I don't know if I have enough coins to do all that, but I'm gonna try, I think. I think I'll do a move, pay a coin, and pay this 3 to go 1, 2, 3. So now I'm on terrible grief. Tiny Tim was very light to carry, and your father loved him so that it was no trouble. But I want to play cards now, so I have to figure out how to do that. Now I have these cards to play, but I'm too far away to do that. And I want that 2 to move over here, because there's no 2s up there. But I think what I'll do is pay this card. Let's see, I think I will. Do I want to jump and play cards? I think I do. All right, I'm going to jump here. Pay a coin and play a card to do that. Okay, then I will pay these cards to complete this scene. So we're almost done, but now I need cards. So I'm gonna go here, and we're getting low on coins, but I'm drawing 3 cards because my last card here, No One to Mourn, that I have to complete, has 3 charity on it. And I'm not getting any charity. Oh, I might be in trouble. I might be in trouble. Well, let's go ahead and do a move. And I'm paying a 2 to do that move. And then, oh boy, I'm going to draw 3 cards. I'll pay a coin to do that. Crap. Come on, charity. I've got 1 charity. Oh, 2 charities. Oh boy. This is tricky. I would have to move back if I did it. I could try to do a torch aplenty and then move again. Crap. Okay, I'm going to try and do a move. Use 1 coin to do that move. And I don't know if this is the right thing or not, but I'm going to pay 2 to move here and get that torch aplenty up on the board because I have a feeling I'm going to need it. And now I can take any action on the board for free. Now it's not going to happen if I can't get, I only have 1 more coin. Oh boy, I could do a move and get a coin, but I'm still going to have to use a coin to move again. All right, so I'm going to use my torch to do a free move. And if you see a better option, let me know. Maybe I'm not looking at this carefully, but I'm kind of tired today. So I will do a free move here. So I get a coin back and I get a card. Ah, I got what I needed. Boy, that was luck. So this gets turned over. And now for my actual action, I'm going to stay here because I have to get onto the move. Oh, I'm not going to have enough cards. Oh, I'm not going to have enough cards. Oh, man. I think I'm going to be 1 turn short. Stay here on the move. But to do that, I have to pay a coin and a card to do that. So I did that, and now I actually have to do the move. So I'm going to pay 1 to move, so I'm on here, and I can't do it. I can't do it because I have to play a card to go here. What if I had paid, instead of my move to here, I paid the same cards, but I went here instead just to get another coin? So I paid a coin to move 2, and I got that coin back, and I had to pay a card to stay there. But it doesn't make a difference because I still can't get to that. And the cards are not what I needed up there. If there was a charity up there, I could trade, but then I would have to give up a card to do it. And I need those charities. So I think that that's not going to work either. I have 2 coins because I went to here. This gets turned over. Oh, I get to draw a card. I didn't draw a card for that one. Did I? No, I didn't. Oh, I do have a charity. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I did that right. All right. But you get the idea on how to play. I'm not sure I did that right. But if I didn't, then I lost. But if I did do it right, then I just made it. Because I can skip to here by paying a coin. Oh, actually, before I do that, I need to move again. And I don't have a 1. Well, I could pay 1 and go here and trade this card for 2 of these. Right? And then pay my last coin. No, because I still have to move. So I would have to move, pay this card to move onto there, and I'm out of coins. So it doesn't matter how I do this, I think. I cannot pay those because I would need 1 more coin to move here and pay those 3 cards. So I have lost the game. It was close, but I have lost the game. And that is the normal mode. Now, I still get points for stuff because it's the end of the chapter, so we can see, you know, what my title is. Maybe I have a good title and that'll make up for it. So I did not get that. And I did get these. So I will turn these over and see. Now, for every coin card, now the torch plenty doesn't give anything because the torch is not on here. So we'll just take that off to the side. And these 2 I don't need anymore. So I have 1 coin, 2 coins. Yeah, I got 2 coins. So that means I will take another 2 points for my point pile there. And then I got 3 of those. So I didn't quite make it. However, let's see, what else do I get? Oh, coins remaining, which is none, so I don't get any points for that either. So let's go ahead and count up our points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 points. And in the solo variant, for 13, I am content. Those are my titles. Miserly, merry, content, compassionate. So it's less than halfway. Charitable, spirited, and Father Christmas. Yeah, 25 or more. I don't even imagine how you can do that. I don't know. That would be very difficult. So that's basically how you play the game. If I made a few mistakes along the way, I'm sorry, but that's, I mean, sometimes, like I said, I forget to play those coins and whatnot. So as a wrap up, I feel like I still did pretty well. I came close to winning, but I did not win. However, I am content in my not winning, apparently. So the only other thing that's different is you don't use the chains. The chains in the regular game give you a couple of extra things, and you also have players that you work with. So you guys can kind of help each other. Now, there are different variations of this, and I wanted to talk about these just real quick. There's very easy, normal. We did the normal mode. Hard, very hard, and humbug is what the last one is. So that's the really hard one, you know. The only other differences that you really see is where that torch begins, if it begins on the board or not. So it's a little bit easier if it does. Whether or not you use the chains. How you choose your gift cards. There's 3 of these gift cards, and you can look at them and choose which one you want, or you can do it randomly. So it's how you choose them. Those are some differences. And then the only other thing is the communication. But we don't need that because communication is how you interact with your players when you're playing the co-op game with more people, not in solo play. And there are different types of communication: open-hearted, virtuous. So, and they describe the different ways of communication. And all that really means is how you communicate with your other people and what you can say and what you can't say when you're describing the cards in your hand. So obviously, the more information you can give about the cards in your hand, the easier it is. So that's why there are different modes of communication. But that's basically what you got here for the game. I like this game. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's one of my favorite Christmas games. I love how the points work. I think solo play is actually really very interesting. I love the theme. It's very thematic and indicative of how the book plays out, the plot, the quotes, the artwork. I love it. Victorian London. I mean, it's really pretty. So I think that's really good too. I'm not a huge co-op fan normally. So that's kind of a thing for me. And I don't play a lot of solo games. However, I wanted to try this one solo because, well, first of all, nobody in my family wanted to play with me. I make them play too many games as it is, I guess. And I wanted to see how it was different from the regular game, which I have already played. So it's a cute little game, great for Christmas. And I really enjoy it. So check it out. Spirits of Christmas, if you think that's something that you might be interested in. And remember, don't just love your games, geek your games.